She thought calling her mom would end the stop, but the moment the officer smelled alcohol, the night stopped being about excuses and started being about consequences.
Step out. Step out. Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back.
What's your body cam, sir? Where's your body cam?
Get up. Get over here. Can you have 42 start this way?
You can do that and do the pat down. So we'll put it in the car for your prop. Back of your hip.
Alright.
You got any weapons on you? Scope on the collar, make sure it's not done. Relax, make sure you got no guns or knives, weapons. Alright, is your car? Put in there. Put in.
Yep, a black guy and a white, a black guy and a black girl. The black guy's driving.
Am I the one that moved in here and then backed up? Yeah.
They were watching from right over there. And this is all first time.
Black male driver, black female passenger.
And
That's
that
her
car.
Behind the.
No, this is mine.
Which car's hers?
This. I don't know if it's hers. That's where she was standing when I pulled up. I pumped gas. I have a 3-year-old. I got back in my car. She was over here fidgeting, acting sketchy. So I got my gun out and just had it. And then she came around this way. And
10 Bravo 58 Central, copy Florida tag and Virginia tag.
And then she come around this way. And as soon as she opened this door, she beeline right through the
Yankee
door.
404 November Golf, black Toyota. Possibly the suspect vehicle on scene still so far.
Do they have a gun? Did you see?
I did not see a car.
Who had a gun? One of y'all? Okay.
It is unloaded. It's in the car. It is unchained.
Whose car is this?
He had to go to the restroom. It's her and her husband's car.
The girl that we have?
Yeah, she was in the driver's seat when I got here.
And he had her by the leg.
Yeah.
So
It was her and that other car were doing this. There were 3 of them. So she was in that car. The black guy was driving that other car. And that black girl, the other black girl, was going to take this.
Okay. Is this your car?
that's my car. Yes,
Could
sir.
I get you to go over there and fill out a statement?
That's fine.
Did you see what happened? Where's your car? Could I have you fill out a statement at your car? Do you have your driver's license on you? So I just need you to fill out all this header information, read that paragraph, initial, and write what happened.
Give a statement. So this is your primary victim.
Okay, can you tell me what happened?
Yeah. I pulled in here to go to the restroom. I got in the car. As soon as I got in the car, she got in the car. I grabbed her leg.
So you were outside of the car at that
I was
point?
outside the car.
Okay.
And I said, get out of the car. Get out of the car. And she didn't say a word. She wouldn't do it. I said, get out of the car. I said, I'll let you go if you get out of the car. She wouldn't go. She just sat there.
Okay.
I did it for 5 minutes or more. And so I told her, she got out of the car on the other side. She was on the side of the lane.
Were you in the car when they got in, or when she got in?
As soon as I got here, you know, I was stopping. As soon as I stopped, she was still open the door and getting in the car.
Okay. Did she say anything?
Never said a thing.
another car over
They saw
I,
it.
I overheard you tell Sergeant DeLong she pushed you or something like that.
Well, she opened the door. She opened the door.
She opened the door while you were in it?
Yeah, she opened the door,
Okay.
and I was getting out, and then she jumped into the car real quick.
Okay. All right. And you were still in it?
Yeah, she was still in it. Yeah, she was in
Then I
it.
locked out.
She
I
found.
don't have any more pens on me. Do you guys have your IDs?
Yeah.
As soon as your husband's done with his statement, can you just fill out yours? I just need all this information, read that paragraph, initial, and write what happened.
Okay.
Do you want to pursue charges?
Gotta go to Virginia. I hate to come back here.
We live in Virginia. We're headed back home.
So you don't want to press charges against her?
Well, I'd like to put a charge.
That's if it gets to trial.
Huh?
That's if it gets to trial. You might have to go to court then, but anything short of that,
I hate,
shouldn't
I,
have to.
hate, I hate to come back here to Florida. We're a long ways from home, and I hate to have to come back to Florida. I told her, I said, "Get out. You can go. You got to get out of the car." She would never go. So I didn't want to take the car. I didn't want to take. First of all, I didn't want her in it.
She thought calling her mom would end the stop, but the moment the officer smelled alcohol, the night stopped being about excuses and started being about consequences. At 1 a.m., this traffic stop should have been simple. A lane violation, a quick check, maybe a warning. But the second the deputy smelled alcohol and the driver refused responsibility, everything changed. Instead of cooperating, she tried to control the situation, arguing procedure, questioning tests, demanding to call her mom. What she didn't realize was that every word, every delay, and every excuse was quietly building the case against her.
She got outbound, and then I was afraid she was going to take the car. And I didn't know if I had the keys. I thought I had the keys. I didn't have the keys. They were in the center console.
So do you or do you not want to pursue charges?
I prefer not to. I mean, I want to. If I was local, I would.
What's the date?
First.
Makes
First of June.
He doesn't want to pursue.
That's too bad. It's a felony. We're gonna go with it. So I'll talk to him and try and understand why.
He said he doesn't want to come back from Virginia to Florida.
Yeah, I'm from
Well, let's see. I mean, we're still gonna do it.
Yeah, they're working.
We don't just release
Yeah, I know.
felons.
10 Bravo 58 Central, 2 Virginia, 1 North Carolina, and 1 Florida.
Thank you.
And the opposite.
It goes on the opposite side. So that car was over there, the one that drove away.
Okay.
So she was there, the other car was there, and then when she got into this car, the other car pulled up, and I don't think they realized he had a gun on her. And then the one lady, she looked like she was getting out, and they saw the gun, and then they drove away. They went that way.
They said this car might be hers. I ran the registration, and it matches the name of the card that she had. So Marvette. So
Do we get positive on her yet? That's good.
Not yet. That's her.
What's she doing?
She's saying they know.
Is she crazy?
This one do a little. Just talking stuff, and once you open that door, it's you're ready.
She's sitting in the sally port.
Yeah, she's ready once you guys open this door.
Alright. We'll just
wait.
Yeah, it's sally port. You could it could be.
So did you see another car, her interacting with another vehicle or anything?
I was paying attention kind of my car because I have a kid here. And
Obviously.
she was in the bathroom, but when I was pumping gas, she was over there at the pump light, acting like, I don't know if she was acting like she was on something, but she was kind of fidgety. And I noticed she wasn't pumping any gas. So then I figured maybe she was waiting for somebody to pay inside. And then I got done pumping gas. I got back in my car. My wife was still in the bathroom. And then she walked behind my car, so I locked the door and got my pistol out. And then as soon as she got right here and pulled in, she took off running and tried to jump in that car.
Okay.
And that's when I got out, drew my firearm, let her know that I had a firearm.
So as far as you saw, you didn't see her interacting with
I didn't
anybody
see her
else?
talk to anybody else or anything, no, sir. I was just,
All right, you guys are good to go. I appreciate it.
thank you, sir. Yeah, have a good day.
Okay. All right, do me a favor, raise your right hand. Right hand. Straight hand. Shoot, don't shoot, double shoot. No, we got it. I'll do. All right.
Do you have any injuries, sir?
No.
Do you mind if I take a couple pictures to go with the report?
Sure. No, I don't.
Just go like that.
No.
And turn your hands the other way. Perfect. And you have no injuries?
What?
Could you do the same thing?
I was holding her ankle.
And flip them the other way? Yep.
I was holding her ankle to get her out of the car.
Yeah.
And she wouldn't budge. And I said, I'll let you go if you get out of the car. She didn't budge. She didn't say a thing. This whole time she didn't budge or say anything.
You want to go over it with him real quick so you can understand what he.
I'm sorry, I was nervous. And
Is this yours?
Hold up the Exxon, North US 1,
This is
995.
like you said, don't like
What's this word?
95. It was US knife,
Yeah.
US 1 and I-95 in Florida.
In Florida,
As soon as I
hold up
pulled up,
a black.
the black woman opened my door. She'd opened my door and pushed me. So she was getting in. She was going like that, and so her right leg was in, but her left leg was out. So I
Open
grabbed
my
that
door.
and pushed me to, and I got the car, and she got in the car, and got in the car. She pushed me, got in the car, and she.
Okay, so let me make sure I understand it. You got off the highway, you pulled up here, right here. A black lady ran up to you, opened your door.
I didn't see her. No, I didn't see her until she opened my door. Somebody opened my door, and it was her. And as soon as I stopped, or I didn't know if I stopped, she opened the door.
And then you got
in.
out.
No. I was getting out.
And she pushed you out of the way and she got in?
Yeah.
Okay.
I had to go to the bathroom. I was going to the bathroom.
And then you just held your leg until we got here?
And I just held her, because she had one leg in, and I was getting out, and she was in my car. I didn't know who she was. I grabbed her ankle, and I said, get out. And I told her, I told her a dozen times, get out of the car, and I let her go. I said, I'll let you go if you get out of the car. I'll let you go if you get out of the car. She didn't say a thing. She didn't look at me. She didn't move.
Okay.
Until you came.
Okay. And you do want to press charges?
Well, I don't, but I will, as I will.
Okay. All right. Let me give you a case card real quick, and then you guys.
Case what?
Case card.
Card?
Yeah, a card with my name and the case number.
She thought calling her mom would end the stop, but the moment the officer smelled alcohol, the night stopped being about excuses and started being about consequences. At 1 a.m., this traffic stop should have been simple. A lane violation. A quick check, maybe a warning. But the second, the deputy smelled alcohol and the driver refused responsibility. At 1 a.m. on a Thursday, the road doesn't forgive mistakes. There's no daylight to soften bad judgment, no traffic noise to hide hesitation, and no margin for error when alcohol meets asphalt. This stop didn't begin with flashing lights because of recklessness or speed. It began with something smaller, something more common, something that lives every night, drifting across a lane. The deputy didn't rush. He didn't escalate. He didn't accuse. He did what law enforcement is trained to do: observe, assess, and ensure safety. At the moment he made contact, the situation changed. The smell of alcohol wasn't a suspicion anymore. It was present, real, undeniable, and from that moment forward, the stop stopped being optional. This is where most people misunderstand DUI investigations. They think it's about punishment. They think it's about catching someone. It's not. It's about preventing what happens next. Because the most dangerous driver isn't always the one swerving wildly. It's the one who believes they're fine. Instead of understanding that reality, the driver immediately tried to rewrite. The rules. She didn't deny drinking. She didn't claim sobriety. She tried something else entirely, avoidance. She asked for a ride. She wanted her mom. She suggested parking the car. She wanted the problem to disappear without accountability, but here's the truth no one likes to hear. Once you're driving, the decision has already been made. You don't get to undo it by calling someone else after the fact. The law doesn't operate on comfort. It operates on responsibility. The deputy explained this calmly over and over. You were driving. I need to make sure you're safe to drive. That's it. That's the investigation. And still, she pushed back. This wasn't confusion. This wasn't fear. This was resistance disguised as helplessness. Every time she asked, "Why can't my mom come?" the answer stayed the same. Because you're an adult, and this is your responsibility. Every repeated question wasn't helping her case. It was delaying the inevitable. When officers request standardized field sobriety tests, it's not random. These tests are designed to detect impairment that drivers often don't realize they're showing. Alcohol doesn't just slow reaction time. It affects balance, attention, memory, and the ability to follow simple instructions. And from the very beginning, this driver struggled with one thing above all else: following instructions without argument. She questioned the eye test. She commented on the duration. She claimed prior experience. She implied authority abuse. She talked instead of listening. And while she believed she was defending herself, she was doing the opposite, because sobriety tests don't just measure balance, they measure cooperation. Then came the walk and turn. This is where accountability becomes unavoidable. Clear instructions, simple steps, heel to toe, count aloud. Stay on the line. Finish the task, but instead of focusing, she argued about the line, the color, the location, the fairness, the hypothetical. Consequences, every step became a negotiation. An impairment loves negotiation because distraction creates mistakes. This is the moment many drivers lose control of the situation. Not because they fall, but because they stop taking it seriously. They believe attitude matters more than performance. They believe arguing proves intelligence. DOESN single quotes D. Then came the one-leg stand, a test so basic that sober drivers complete it without thinking. Lift your foot. Count aloud. Maintain balance. She didn't count. That detail matters more than people realize. Because this test isn't about strength. It's about divided attention, the ability to balance while performing a mental task. Alcohol destroys that skill first. When asked why she didn't count, the excuse came quickly: I didn't know. But she had been told, clearly, calmly, repeatedly. At this point, the outcome was no longer in doubt. Not because she failed one test, but because she demonstrated impairment across the entire interaction. Not physical collapse, mental resistance, confusion, deflection, delay. And this is where many viewers misunderstand the final moments of DUI stops. They think arrests happen because someone failed enough. In reality, arrests happen because officers can no longer trust the driver to operate a vehicle safely. The deputy didn't raise his voice. He didn't insult her. He didn't rush. He followed procedure because procedure protects everyone. The driver wanted comfort. The officer needed compliance. This wasn't about her mom. It wasn't about the tests. It wasn't about fairness. It was about the choice made before the lights ever turned on, the choice to drive after drinking and assume nothing would happen. Every DUI arrest begins with that assumption. What makes this stop especially important isn't the argument or the frustration. It's how common this mindset is. I'm fine. I've done this before. I know how this works. Why can't I just call someone? Because those thoughts are exactly what lead to crashes. They're the last thoughts people have before everything changes, and that's why officers don't negotiate safety. They don't compromise with impairment. They don't allow convenience to outweigh consequence. The road doesn't care how confident you feel. Alcohol doesn't care how experienced you think you are. And the law doesn't care who you want to call. When the deputy said, I want to make sure you're safe to drive home, that wasn't a threat. That was the final opportunity. And, the driver didn't meet it. This stop didn't end the way she wanted. but it ended the way it had to. Because accountability isn't optional, and responsibility doesn't disappear when things get uncomfortable, if this video shows anything. It's this: investigations don't punish mistakes. They stop them from becoming tragedies. And sometimes the hardest lesson is learning that excuses don't drive cars. People do, changed, instead of cooperating. She tried to control the situation, arguing procedure, questioning tests, demanding to call her mom. What she didn't realize was that every word, every delay, and every excuse was quietly building the case against her.